You know, they say sometimes you start looking like your dog if you're not careful. And so I've been working on my James Brown here. And look at this boy. Does he have a James Brown? Look at him. He's growing one. I'm growing one. I'm growing mine out. What's up, dog? So this is Jude. If you don't know, if you're a subscriber, you probably know that Jack passed early June. And we went down to the same breeder. And we found a young boy who basically chose us. Look at that boy, his little James Brown there. And his name is Jude. His dad's name was Jude. And he's quite a boy, not quite ready for prime time, where he inherits Jack's scarfs. But he's turned into be a good boy. So guys, thanks for your support on that. So now I want to talk to you about Indian land, homes for sale, south of Charlotte, really just on the other side of the mall, down Barberville and Harrisburg Road. Man, there's some exciting development. And I'm going to focus on the London plan today and go through the floor plan, look at some of these elevations. I mean, wow. So you can have the very same floor plan, which I'll show you in a second, and you can have various elevations. Again, the more stone you have there at the water table, that looks good. Obviously, it's going to cost a little bit more to have so much brick, but if that's your jam, let's jam it. Good looking stuff. But here's what I want to tell you. Before we dive into the floor plan, you can do a search for Indian land and homes for sale, and you can come up with newhomesource.com. And we're going to talk about these lots here. But guess who else has this same data? Yeah, if you go to showingnew.com/Roger Holloway, showingnew.com/Roger Holloway will show you new homes all over the United States. I just happened to type right here. And by the way, if you find something that you want in Wilmington, North Carolina, or anywhere, I can vet an agent for you there and help you have a good experience from Jump Street. But don't reach out to the builders. But here, I just typed in Indian land, South Carolina, and really some great memories came up about Taylor Morrison at a development that they just closed out. But for instance, here you can see, here's the Toll Brothers, Ridgecrest. Here's the Mattamy Homes townhomes. Here, Somerset. You can scroll down and you can see, hey, Ridgecrest, that's the Toll Brothers neighborhood. And my team of agents, we can help you anywhere with any of these. Ridgecrest, Somerset. And again, you can fill out this form, and please do, and stay in touch with me that way. But you may or may not have known that I have access to that same data that New Home Source does as well. And then there's Zillow, the big gorilla in the room, selling leads to real estate agents. This looks a little busy for me, but if that's where you get your data and you want us to shake down, you may say, hey, we found something coming soon at Ridge, give me the address. You can text it to me, and we can actually show you any of these properties that you see on Zillow. But if you reach out to their preferred agents, they're paying for those leads. You found me organically, and so bam, because we're providing information for you. Now, I'm not advocating this site necessarily, which is showingnew.com/my first and last name, Roger Holloway. But there's a lot of good data there, and you're welcome to do it. My point being, it's the same data as you see at newhomesource.com. Now, when it says find your lot, let's just kind of dive over to the estates at Sugar Creek. My team and I are pumped about this neighborhood. And I kind of zeroed in here because the models will be here, but now they've got some basement lots right up here in front with green in the back. A basement in the greater Charlotte area is basically a walkout basement, meaning that the topography lends itself to a basement lot. Unlike how you did it up north, we don't care how you did it up north. But back in Indiana, where I'm from, and maybe on Long Island where you're from, or New Jersey or wherever, they have a basement that's dug out because somebody wanted it dug out. And that's where, and I grew up with basements. My dad taught me photography. He had a little machine shop in in our basement, and I could always go down a lot of sweet memories. My dad working from home. He was an inventor. He invented a chemical mixer for photographers, of which he was one. He taught me photography. I'm using those skills today. And so a dugout basement's fine, but you get that musty and that, a lot of times there are water issues. Here in the South, here in Charlotte area, A walkout basement shows you windows and a door, and you've got ventilation, and you've got light, and it's much less likely to be musty. Now, here's what I'll tell you. When you see this little button that says get on the list, don't do it. Don't you do it. You want to get a buyer agent first and let us connect with you, and we'll bring you to them, and we'll help you from the get-go. You never want to fill out a builder's form. You never want to go into the model unless you have your buyer agent first and your buyer agent with you. So there are a lot of lots here that we could look at. First phase, the second phase. So depending on your time, this is good information. But I want to talk about this London plan. You know, the neighborhood that I aforementioned was the Bent Creek. And I remember, all my team, we loved Bent Creek. Toll Brothers was in there with Taylor Morrison. Now, some of the same, like this London plan, that was one of the models there. And I remember getting a phone call from New Jersey where a guy was saying, hey, we found a lot. We were down there. We found a lot we liked. And can you go shoot a video? Well, actually, I offered to shoot a video. And I came back and I said, did they walk the lot all the way to the back with you? No. Well, you may not know some things about this lot that I found by walking the lot. And Jack was with me that day, as I remember. And I explained to him what I see on the lot as if I were there with him. And so basically we got them there and they built a London. I love this London plan. You come in, there's a flex space up in front and a really nice dining room. You know, you're not locked into using that as a dining room. Maybe that's an art gallery for you. We had somebody do that in a house where up front they had all their art. You come in, you go back to the gathering room and all this, not that much different you can do there. But I just want to speak to this tandem garage. Sometimes there are options where you can blow this out and use that space, but wouldn't it be nice to have, you know, we got Jack's convertible. That's a perfect place for a tandem garage, or your little convertible, or maybe that's a little workspace for you for your 2-car garage. A lot of reasons to love that. But let's go on up to, I need Roger Holloway right now. How do I get up to, oh, here's cool. You can flip this. Now, if you happen to do this, you see sometimes it's a left-handed garage. Sometimes it's a right-handed garage. Like if the model is a right-handed garage and your lot calls for a left-handed plan, that can mess you up in your head because you love the model, you love the way it looks, and that's why having a buyer agent can be really helpful to explain that. Rodney Jones often gets the comment when he asks the right questions to the builders. They say, Rodney, I would never have thought to ask that question. So it's good to have, you know, few of us on my team have sat in a model representing the builder. We know how to talk to the builder. We've played the game. We've been played by the game, but we don't want you to get played. So again, you want to call me and reference maybe the London plan is one we're featuring here. At the end of this video, I will have the Whitmore plan, and I talk more about the area, and I have a map. So I want you to stay tuned for that, and I want you to give me a call, hit subscribe, like, share, you know, all the stuff that the adolescents do. But couple it with a phone call, 704-345-3400. Numbers on the screen. I'll connect you to one of my team. We often get the call, hey, we're coming in town week after next. I'll find the right team member to spend with you. I'm a buyer agent, got a great team of buyer agents, but we also can help you list and sell your house here in the greater Charlotte area. We're all licensed in North and South Carolina. Love to help you. And while they're out working with you on a deal and on the lot and on the neighborhood, I could go shoot a video of, say, that basement lot and give you an up close and personal view like I did for that guy from New Jersey a few years back. Guys, we'd love to help you. 704-345-3400. We'll see you in the next video.